Hello, welcome back to Too Many Books. My name is Sean, and today we have a Grim Oak Press unboxing. This, my friends, is Two Green Angel Tower by Tad Williams, which is a big one. The final, well, it's two books in this case. I'll say final book in the Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn trilogy. But because of just the sheer size of this novel, clocking in at over 1,000 pages, Grim Oak, well, it's not like Grim Oak decided to. They did decide to, but the trade release in paperback is commonly split into two volumes. And over in the UK, they refer to, in the US, it's just part one, part two. In the UK, they refer to it as Siege and Storm. So they've gone ahead and used the Siege and Storm subtitles for their release here for Grim Oak. And interesting enough, they actually do split it up as Book 3 and Book 4, which makes sense. I, of course, got the optional slipcase because Grim Oak, you got to get the optional slipcase. I love the treatment they give for these. It's a very nice slipcase. You could save some money by not getting the slipcase. But, I mean, you got to get the slipcase. So let's put Book 4 on the side for now. Let's dive first and foremost into Book 3, To Green Angel Tower, Siege by Tad Williams, which is going to be signed. Oh, it's signed by Isaac Stewart as well. It is signed by Tad Williams, Donato Giancola, and Isaac Stewart. Donato, one of the best artists out there in the fantasy realm. I mean, he does all sorts of stuff. It's not specifically fantasy, but he is definitely a fantasy artist first and foremost. And I'm sure we're going to see in the artwork here the absolute magic that is hands that Donato does. All these artists, they complain about how hands are so difficult, but Donato makes it seem absolutely easy as hell. The dude does hands like no one else. That sounds weird, but I'm sticking to it. It also has Cartography here by Isaac Stewart. So all the maps you see before you are Isaac Stewart's maps, who has also signed the volume. It's limited to 1,000 numbered copies plus 52 lettered copies. I don't know how many lettered copies. Lettered's outside of my price range. Mine is 86, which matches plenty of my other Grim Oak titles. The first two books in the, well, I don't know if you would call it trilogy here, but the first two releases, I should say, from Grim Oak Press, which is Dragonbone Chair and this Work of Heartbreak. Dragonbone Chair and oh my God, The Stone of Farewell are both sold out, but To Green Angel Tower is still available, so you could buy Volume 3. Unfortunately, you are going to have to spend more money. Is this a new forward for this edition? They're not usually in the, Grim Oak's really not usually in the business of doing new forwards or anything like that. I mean, it happens sometimes. I don't see a copyright date on the forwards. I'm going to say no. I mean, it does happen. I believe, what was the one? One had like a forward by Brandon Sanderson. It was the one that was signed by Michael Whalen, which had the original artwork. Dragon something or other, and I'm going to butcher the hell out of what that one is. And I think the first, wow, it was your first Owen Wilson. Wow. I mean, just Donato absolutely kicks ass. I mean, you have to admit that, right? Dragonflight, the first McCaffrey one, I believe had an introduction by Todd McCaffrey. But I honestly don't recall any of the Williams ones having introductions. Now, admittedly, I have not read this novel yet. This is going to be a first-time read. This was a blind buy. I mean, this whole series was a blind buy, but it's one of those authors that I've been meaning to read for a while. It's been described as like, oh, if you're a fan of Robin Hobb, you should check this out. And I am a fan of Robin Hobb. I mean, Robin Hobb is just absolutely phenomenal. And so, I mean, if you're going to have this immense, incredible world building, there are hands. There we go. A nice close-up of hands from Donato. It wouldn't be Donato artwork without a close-up of hands. I mean, the dude, if you go to his website, which there's a link in the description below, you're going to see close-ups of hands, hands on wands from Harry Potter, hands on staves or daggers from Lord of the Rings. The man just is a master craftsman of hands. He's a master of his handiwork. I'm sorry. But anyways, that right there is volume 3, which is Siege. As I was saying, this has been described as a series that is just remarkable in the world building. It is a fantasy world, Osten that is being threatened by the Storm King. Good undead Storm King. And so we are going to transfer from Siege to Storm. And it's up to a group to try and stop the Storm King. I mean, everybody wants to, you know. So this is just flipped, right? The artwork is just flipped. Yes. Okay. So the artwork is just flipped. It's, you know, you see the artwork on one. It is just reversed for the dust jackets, but that's fine. That's all right. I mean, you already have 6 pieces of full color artwork in each volume. Courtesy of Donato. So, you know, I mean, he can't be doing 2 different jackets at once. That'd be crazy. Oh my God, they're both signed. I thought it would just be the first volume that's signed. No, both volumes are signed by Tad Williams, Donato, and Isaac Stewart. How about that? But anyways, we've been following throughout this journey the adventures of Simon, a squire working as a cook, or working as a squire. He's a lowly little guy who finds himself thrust into the heart of adventure to try to find a way or method to defeat the Storm King. Once I have actually read the series, once I've read each individual book, I will do full book reviews on this channel here. I apologize coming in blind like this, but it's one of those things where I knew for a fact that Dragon Bone Chair was going to sell out. And I'm like, well, I'm not missing out and paying secondary market prices on that. So I'm in it for the long run here. Now, this is not, I mean, this being the Grim Oak edition, is probably the fanciest edition out there of this series thus far. I think this is DAW, right? DAW? Let's look at the copyright page. It is DAW. It is DAW Books, they're infamously stingy with their rights. Like, they like to keep everything pretty close to the chest. I'm fairly certain that Grim Oak, through Sean Speakman's connections, are the first small press to really give a signed limited treatment to any DAW books. And, I mean, Sean Speakman he's a fantasy writer in his own right, but he is a webmaster for Terry Brooks, Naomi Novik. He's made plenty of friends in the fantasy business, especially through, even prior to Grim Oak Press with Signed Page. He offers a bunch of signed books, including Tad Williams titles on the signed page. Definitely worth checking out if you want some nice signed books, signed first editions. You can get them through there. And finally, through his friendships and through his connections, he was able to actually kind of, you know, build a bridge, a nice little relationship with those at DAW, and thus bringing the first limited editions, such as these Tad Williams ones, which started with Tail Chaser's Song, and now moved into Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn. And I believe from here, he is actually, he gave it up, he gave the option up to Tad Williams, whether they were going to continue with Osten, because there are further series within Osten, or if you wanted to do Otherworld. He has chosen Otherworld, so they're moving forward on that. I think Donato kind of had some influence on that as well. I believe they might have actually chosen Otherworld just to give Donato a little bit of a break. I mean, Donato has been illustrating Osten for technically 4 books now. And, you know, he was getting a little sick of this world. He wanted to branch out a little bit, so they kind of given him a break with Otherworld, which I know Otherworld isn't as beloved as Osten, but hopefully, wow, that actually looks really weird, kind of with the flipped image. Kind of psychedelic in a way. But, you know, I'm sure Osten, even though it might not be as keen in the hearts, as strong of a bestseller as these ones were. I'm sure it'll still do well. And I look forward to picking that up as well, just because I want to support Grim whenever I can. I mean, way back when Grim was doing like one title a year, I was very much of the mind of, yeah, I'm going to buy everything Grim publishes. They don't do that anymore. They're publishing like one book a month, or announcing one book a month, more accurately. They even had a good streak going there where it was one book like every 3 weeks. Like you could get 2 a month potentially. And that was just ridiculous on my wallet. So now I'm kind of picking and choosing which Grim titles to support. I continue supporting him as I can, but Tad Williams is one of those authors that I will definitely support when I can get it. Tail Chaser Song is good too. I know that one's not as loved as Osten, but I like Tail Chaser Song. But anyways, to Green Angel Tower, Storm and Siege, they're only sold together. The slipcase is optional, but you will be buying both books. It's pricey for the pair. I mean, you look at it compared to a trade edition, and it might be eye-opening there. But you are getting high-quality books, nice bonded leather, sewn binding, and very nice quality paper. Maybe not as nice as, say, like Suntup or some of the nicer Subterranean Press editions, but still very nice paper in its own right. Very, very nice publication in the classic Grim Oak style. Cheaper versions are available wherever books are sold. As far as trade releases go, they're not going to be as fancy as the Grim Oak ones, but the Broken Binding did their own edition earlier this year. I actually have unboxing videos of all 4 titles from the Broken Binding on this channel if you want to look at those ones. But it's really apples and oranges between the two of them. We're talking small press versus just slightly fancier trade edition. I mean, at that point, unless you're getting Tier 1 from the Broken Binding, which has the signature from Tad Williams, you're probably just better off getting a trade edition at that price. But anyways, thank you very much for watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel here. Once I have actually read the titles, I will give a full book review on the channel. I do at least one book review a week with plenty of unboxing videos in between here and there, including plenty of other Grim Oak Press unboxings. But anyways, check out Grim Oak Press, check out the sign page, check out Tad Williams, and we'll see you around next time.